So you found a dream home only to find out it's got a potential tax lien certificate. Is this a good thing or a pot of gold? All right, you've just found a home. This is your dream home. You're so excited about this, only to find out it might have a tax lien certificate on it. And you're like, I don't know enough about this. What should we do with this? So you're thinking to yourself, does this kill the deal or is this a pot of gold? Now, if you really understand this, which we're going to cover in this video, this can be a win-win situation for both the seller and the buyer in this situation. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can negotiate this deal for it to be a win-win situation for both parties. I'm also going to reveal to you exactly how a tax lien certificate in this situation can literally, if played right, cannot be a big deal at all. I'm also going to go through the exact process to make sure that you put this thing to the side. All of this and more in this video. Okay, first off, let's just understand what a tax lien certificate is. A tax lien certificate is just a first position lien on the property due to delinquent property taxes to the county. The county is the first property owner, so to speak, for any property in the country. So the county is the one that actually controls title, deed, what have you, depending on the jurisdiction in it. So in all reality, this goes down to the root of tax lien certificate, why they are a superior lien to all the other liens and encumbrances, including banks, including the IRS, including Aunt Sally or anything else like that. When you look at a piece of property and it's your dream home and you want to put an offer in it and it has a tax lien certificate on it, what does that mean? That means strictly that before you can close on that deal, you're going to have to satisfy that lien, or I should say someone is. So if you have bought a property before, when you go to closing, one of the critical things the title company and the bank want to know is that all liens and encumbrances are satisfied. In other words, nobody's going to pop up from behind and go, I was owed some money on this situation, okay? So with a tax lien certificate is no different because literally the county's like, you guys can do whatever you want. You can sell this property, you can buy the property, you can do whatever you want, but I'm not giving clear title until somebody pays the property taxes. If you look at closing documents, right up to the very end on that, they say taxes up to this point are X, Y, or Z. And then boom, once you purchase the house, you're responsible for them going forward. So the seller's gonna have to bring those up, or somebody is. Now, we can just talk about the negotiating process here. So if I'm buying a property and I see that there's a tax lien on the property, doesn't mean it's going up for sale. It doesn't mean the county's gonna take the property. You can simply make that part of your proposal. So I will bring these taxes up in current, okay, right now and pay all the fines and fees and what have you on it if we negotiate a price on it. But remember, they're not going away. Somebody's gonna have to pay those property tax liens on that property. Whether it's the seller selling it to you at closing or you pay them and then purchase the property. Whatever you do, don't just pay the lien in lieu of a deal. Not gonna happen. You need to make that process in the deal. So if I'm purchasing a property and it's got a tax lien on it, and that's part of the negotiation process, you don't pay the lien and then purchase the property. Have that put into the deal. It's simple as that. Now, this is a golden opportunity for you to understand what the tax liens laws are in that particular area. So every single state, and actually every single county in the state, in the country, has different rules about this. So it's super important that you understand what that particular state that you're looking at this property in actually has for a tax lien or a tax deed. Okay, those are two different things, or I should say two different sides of the same coin. What do I mean by that? Okay, so a tax lien certificate, the state that's have tax lien certificates say, listen, once a property owner becomes 1 year delinquent on the property taxes, we, the county, or the counties of this state, have the opportunity to bring those up to sale to the public. So if you and I want to put up the property taxes for that, you do it to the county, not to the property owner. They're going to give you an interest rate on that. That interest rate can be anywhere from 5% on the low side up to 36% on the high side. It really depends on the municipality. I wouldn't worry about that right now. Now, in return for putting up this money, you've really taken the county's spot, I guess you could say. Here's where the power of tax liens come in. You're just not another lien. You're literally the county at this point. No one, and I mean no one, not the banks, not IRS, not Aunt Sally that's got a mechanics lien against that, whatever. No one supersedes a tax lien because technically it's owed to the county. The county's going, you guys can do whatever you want. Again, like I said earlier in this video, but we're not going to give clear title until the property taxes are paid. Okay, so let's say they're going to sell the property. Let's just say they go, okay, now it's time to pay our property taxes. They go to the county to pay those taxes plus the substantial interest rate. Let's just say it's 16% like it is in Arizona. So they pay whatever they owed in back taxes plus the 16%. The county's going to see that you're the lien holder of record, and they're going to issue you a check for your full dollar amount, whatever that might be, plus the 16%. So they're passing that all on to you. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, just think about it. Where else can you find a return of 16%? You say, yeah, but what if they don't pay? Okay, this is where it gets kind of cool. What the county is going to do is give what they call a grace period or a time period, or actually the legal term, you might want to write this down, is called a redemption period. Now that redemption period can be about 1 year on the low side to about 3 years on the high side on a lien state. So what they're saying is we're going to give the property owner 1 year, 2 year, or 3 years in that. Every single one of those years, though, you're going to be earning your interest. So when that property owner comes into the county to pay whatever year that is, okay, they're going to owe you that money plus 16, 18, whatever that prevailing rate is in that particular situation. Okay, if they don't come in within the prescribed amount of time, super simple. All you're going to do is get a hold of your county. The county does most of the work for you. You say, hey, the property owners failed to pay the property taxes off. I'm the lien holder of record, and I would like to go ahead and execute my right to foreclose on the property. Again, this is what makes this so beautiful. You are the superior lien of anything on this property because technically you're the county, and the county's not going to let anything happen to their revenue, trust me. So when you go to foreclose on that property, you don't automatically eliminate all other liens and encumbrances. What you're going to do is go through a normal foreclosure. Hey, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citicorp, whoever that is, I'm foreclosing this property because they haven't paid the property taxes. Okay, so they're going to have a time frame, probably anywhere from about 60 to 120 days, to come in and satisfy those delinquent taxes during that foreclosure process. But make no mistake about it. If somebody doesn't come in within that prescribed amount of time and protect their position, and the only way to protect that would be to pay the property taxes plus the interest rate, which would go to you, you will end up that property, and those liens and encumbrances will be extinguished. You'll own it free and clear. Okay, there is no gray area, and there's no ambiguity at all in what I'm saying. I want to say one thing. Without you, I don't do these videos. The only way I can do these videos is if you give me some indication that I'm actually going down the right road. There's a lot of information out there with tax liens and tax deeds, and I try to cover everything. Just give me a thumbs up. Also comments. If you have any question in this, if you've come across a situation, regardless of whether it's this or not, just put a comment in there. I personally answer all of those, and that's my way to communicate to you. And most importantly is thank you. I really appreciate the fact that you're here, you're watching it, and again, without you, I don't do this. So one of the things that's super important when buying a piece of property, okay, and you're doing negotiations back and forth with the property owner, somebody should be pulling some information on that property, whether it's your real estate agent or you're just doing one on your own to see what the liens and encumbrances are on this property. If you see a tax lien certificate on here, it's not a deal killer. It actually can be a benefit. So you can put in there. You also know that the property owner is probably in a tight situation, so that might give you some more leverage in negotiating on that deal. Now, this next part is really important. Legal assistance. When you're foreclosing on a property, do not, and I'm going to repeat this, do not do this on your own. There's two people that'll help you out with that. There's either an attorney that specializes in foreclosing on tax lien certificates, or it's going to be the county. Now, I only recommend using the county if that's the only option you get with that. I would rather use an attorney. Okay, they will go through the proper process in that particular jurisdiction to make sure it's done correctly. Now, I've had some students over the last 29, 30 years that have done this on their own. I just don't recommend that. Okay, I like to stay in my lane. I mean, if I want the best wedding cake possible, although I've made cakes, I am not going to be making my wedding cake. Oh, let's just be clear on that one. Get the right people around you. I have got some phenomenal brand new training on all of this. Just hit the link down below, higginsmethod.com. I've got a brand new free training for you. And when you go ahead and sign up for that training, I'll give you my new book, Wealth Formula Revealed. Okay, that's all my gift to you, just to get you rolling. Do this and do it right. This is Saen Higgins saying, they're playing for real out there. Be careful.